Hi guys, Happy New Year. Big warm welcome from Simpsons Classics. So if you haven't caught up with my Christmas video, I put out kind of the things we've done that year and a rough idea of what we want to do this year. But as I'm in here and things have changed, and like I said, we were going to move things around and have a bit of a shifty about and go through plans properly. This is a very, very quick video just outlining what we've got coming and what is potentially going to happen in 2023, if I can make it happen. First of all, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Hope you had a great New Year's and didn't drink too much. I'm feeling rather, exhausted after 2022. I think it's the best thing to put it. This place, obviously, I'm trying to get here as much as I possibly can to get you guys content. My personal job is just taking, loads of time. It's not giving me the chance to get down here as much as I wanted to. So, it's quite a bit of change going in 2023. First of all, we've got obviously the cars that we've got in this building. So I'm going to have a quick run through of what we want to do with them, kind of time scales roughly. You know, in Simpsons Classics, we don't really build anything to time scales. However, there is a few that I want to outline that is going to happen. So might as well start off very quickly with our clubman. So Jerry, our 72 Mini Clubman estate. Not really used it, Mrs. Simpson's project there. Not really used it since Goodwood. It's got an oil leak that I need to sort. Every Mini has an oil leak. This one's a little worse than normal and it actually needs a fuel pump. So we'll sort that out, that's not a problem. But this car is kind of, it always has just been a little runabout. It's never really, it's not detrimental if this is on or off the road. We do enjoy using it, but it is just kind of a commuting, to go shopping kind of car. My 1980 minivan, there is a video live walking around this properly. Basically the aim with this is I want to clear the projects I'm about to explain, and by the end of 2023, I'd like to kind of tail end of summer, have this in the welding bay and begin the restoration of my minivan. Because anyone that knows me personally knows that that van has been waiting long enough, because I do other people's cars and other projects come up, which I love to do and obviously, keep stuff going. But we need it on the road. The workshop is going to get a little bit of a change around and hopefully a few more bits in here. I'm really happy with the layout. I'm not really going to change the layout. I am going to kind of move these cars around, I think, a little bit just to allow me some more floor space here. The Volvo Amazon. So this is quite a big announcement for this one. You can see I've been tinkering already. There is a video coming on this car. Stay tuned, guys. I know loads of you really love this. And that fills me with absolute warmth because I love this car. The Volvo Amazon. So it's quite a long deadline that I've got for it, but I would love this on the road, driving around for the 2024, so we've got another year, Le Mans Classic. So I'd love to drive this out to France, do the camping in this car. So it's very typically, obviously, the Le Mans Classic's the vintage and the old historic race cars, and it would be really good to take this out to celebrate that. Again, alongside the van, it is a dream car of mine. It is not going to be a cheap restoration, that's the thing, but I'm also not going concourse with it. So everything that can come off the car and be refurbished will get cleaned and refurbished, put back on, new bushes, new ball joints, stuff like that. I'm going to try and preserve as much of the car. The interior is nigh on mint, doesn't need anything, just needs taken out, cleaned and putting back in. It's mainly the bodywork, but really once the welding's done, it is the big mammoth task of painting this car. There was not much welding on this car once we get our head above water with this front end. That's coming in a video. So that's a big announcement really. I've got a deadline for that car. I guess it's quite a long deadline, but for someone that obviously doesn't do this for a living, it gives me the time, a goal to work towards. So that's that one. The 89, we are getting our booth area down there, hopefully sorted. Tony, the main man, is gonna come and give us a lift. And then Mrs. Simpson obviously funds this car. She wants to get this painted and built back up, and then the big goal is we're going to collaborate hopefully with Minimine, and we're going to try and get an engine sorted with it, because we've got an MG 1275 and it should go really well. Get that rebuilt, put in it. That was what was in it before. She didn't put that engine in, so it's been modified before us, but it'd be nice to get this black roof done, the Nightfire red done, get this rolling, and Mrs. Simpson and I can build this together. That car we don't need to talk about. This car, which I know is a big elephant in the room, if you follow along with this video, this car is going to go on kind of on the back burner. A lot of you have said just to put it on the back burner. So me and Matt and James, but me and Matt more recently, I think we know exactly kind of what's wrong with it. The centrifugal clutch, I believe, is seized, or the spline is not lining up to send the drive to the back. Everything electrical is connected. everything's been checked, all that works. The engine runs good enough, it needs a carb rebuild. It's an absolute shame, but this building costs me money. Obviously, I'm no millionaire. This building cost me money, and this car is now costing me space, and it's costing me projects. So it's going to go away for a bit while I think about what we do and how we move forward with it. So we're going to put it into storage. I know we've got storage here, but the problem with this car is it's dead. The brakes are seized more or less. It doesn't move. It is in the way for what I want to do in 2023. So we are going to just take this off the back burner, and me and Matt hope we can have a bit of a tinker with it. Like I say, we know what's wrong with it. Whether we try and go for the route of really, really fixing it, but either way, we're going to find out definitely that's what the problem is. And hopefully we can get it moving, we'll get it moving. But I had a deadline to get this car saved, drive-in by Christmas, and it didn't work. It's just not worked out. Don't buy a car with a complicated gearbox, or a car that is obviously sat this long with a complicated gearbox. I love this car, I really do, but if I had the choice between building that or building that, I'm sorry, the decision's made, that one's getting built. So we're going to move this one just out of the way, just so I've got some space. James's Mini, this is basically now the next step is the front end. And when I get some more time, we're going to get the front end on this. James is hopefully going to come up and we'll maybe do a few bits on it. But the front end on this, then we'll work through the floors and seals, get the back end done, and this one will be in the booth with the 89, hopefully around similar times, and I get this one painted white again. Like I say, this one again isn't funded by me. However, obviously James is hot to trot. He really does want this car done. So it's down to me to kind of juggle the projects in the work bay currently. So like mentioned, we have 3 in the work bay. So the 89 is going to come out the work bay until we're ready to do the sanding down and the prep. And it allows me to put something else in that space. Violet is currently down here just for a winter holiday. So we have kind of got through some of the jobs on this car. There is a video coming on this car, just a quick rundown of what we did. But yeah, she's in here. We're going to do wheels Llandudno hopefully in it, provided we have no issues. And then we're on display with Minimine at the British Mini Club Bingley Hall show. So obviously please come say hi to us. I'm working on merch and stuff like that, whether I have it there or not, but at least we can have a chat. It'd be lovely to meet some of you. So please come look for this car. It is not mint. This car was not painted by me. It was done about 6 years ago, light restoration, so front end door skins, that's all it really had, and then it was painted. So bear in mind guys, this is not a minter. This is not my finest work. She is looking a bit tatty around the edges. She's got rust coming through in places. But there is a goal for this one at the end of 2023. So, brings me on to this one for the end of 2023. This car is going to be sat next to hopefully my van, and I want to take that one off the road at the end of the show season and repaint it. I hate how the paint looks. Obviously it needs some of the rust sorting. She's my flagship car, she's my baby, and I hate getting so frustrated with it. So I might not do the best paint job in the world, but I know for a fact I can give a blooming good shot at it, because I did one on the driveway and I was quite impressed with that, and you guys seem to be really impressed with it. Those of you that have seen the Budget Club and at shows, London to Brighton it was at, and hopefully it'll be at London to Brighton again this year. It's a lovely car and I'm very, very proud of it, albeit it's not perfect, but Pete mate's incredibly happy with it, I'm incredibly happy with it, and if I can create anything in here as close to that car, it's a good benchmark to go better or as good as. So, they're the projects that we have in here now. The Volvo 940 obviously isn't in this building, but we've got MOT work to do on that, so there'll be a few videos servicing and stuff like that, and I would like to just get the little bits of rust sorted. So you can gather we're pretty busy in Simpsons Classics. I have another car which isn't on the channel, and another car which isn't on the channel. I'm going to work out a plan because I would like to sell some of my cars. I've got a lot of projects in here, and it is overwhelming sometimes with having a full-time job, and I want to build the cars I want to build. I think I hit 30 a few years ago. The world hit me like a sledgehammer, and I want to build the cars that make me happy. Hence why I jumped around my 30th and bought my Volvo Amazon, or just after my 30th, because they're not getting any cheaper, they're not getting any easier to obtain. It's now or never. Same with the minivan. But that being said, to fund these cars, I'd like to sell a few cars. Also, it's that mind space that if you haven't got the projects kicking around, you've got the space to do stuff, hence like why the 340 is going to be on the back burner, and stuff like that. So just stay tuned with what we're going to be doing. I hope you're excited for 2023. I'm absolutely excited because I get started in here. There's no stress of getting wet or anything like that. I can actually start in here, build this place to what I want. Everything in here I'm happy with, but we are going to aim in this centre bay here to get a ramp. put in, because it does limit what we do. Building up the Amazon is going to be incredibly difficult on the floor. It also just gives us that better access to cars. It's easier, it looks better for you guys on the camera. But obviously I still do loads of rolling around on the floor projects because that's what we do. But it also gives me another parking space. A lot of you said when I first got this place, don't fill it, and I haven't filled it. I can clearly work on everything in here, it's absolutely fine. But they were at the point where it is potentially filled. So we're gonna get a ramp in. That's the biggest change I want for the workshop, and the booth sorted, or a makeshift booth. Sorry for just walking around, I find it easier to chat. And you guys get to see the shop as well. So we're gonna get that booth done, ramp in. But basically the selling of a few cars, I'm aiming for it to fund another car. Sorry, Mr. Simpson, sorry. You do know about this car, that I want to obtain, which will be, it's another classic, obviously, Simpson's Classics, we like classics, but it's gonna be a vehicle that I think you guys will really, really enjoy seeing on the channel. It's a vehicle that I've wanted to own, and again, looking at the prices, if I don't jump on one in the next year or so, I'm not gonna get one. The prices just become ridiculous. So the selling of a few vehicles over the next few months, I don't know what I'm gonna sell yet, so please don't jump on me if there's a project you're really enjoying. Obviously the cars you might not have seen on the channel as well. To fund this vehicle will be the Simpsons Classics rig, it'll be the Simpsons Classics kind of merch carrier, it will be the Simpsons Classics hauler. It is a vehicle that will take work, because the ones I can afford in my price range are gonna need work, but that's content, isn't it, for you guys? But it will come in the new year. It's something I would like to make happen. So drop in the comments what you think it could be, what you think I'm interested in. It's not something you have seen one on the channel, I think 1 or 2 times. There's a few videos on one of these vehicles, but the one I want's slightly different. It's something that is gonna be very usable for the channel. So that's my goal. Ramp, booth, move a few cars on, move some cars about. Got a deadline for the Amazon, a rough deadline for Eve. The 89 is going to be in the background, so rest assured you guys are here for it. We're going to get that painted and going. But yeah, thank you very much. I can't do next year, guys, without your support, so please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I have got a Patreon page if you would like to give a little bit back to the channel. All of that's just going to go straight back into this building. It's going to make everything a little bit easier for the new year. So please, obviously, if you wish, I'm not going to beg, I'm not that guy. Please go check them out. Please obviously check out that page. There is a link on in the description for that. Also, I couldn't do next year without my 2 sponsors. They're absolutely great bunch of people. Minimine, absolutely epic company. Please go check them out. There is a discount code for them, obviously for the new year. So please go check them out, get your mini bits bought. That massively helps the channel as well. Obviously we've got loads and loads of parts we're going to be buying. Obviously we've got the shipment that's come for the sidewalk. There's going to be loads of bits we need for that. To get that moving, we're going to need some stuff for that. There's loads. Obviously James is going to spend money with them as well. So please go check them out, great company. Frost, we're looking for some tooling, and there is a project potentially on the horizon with Frost. So please go check them out. They're a massive, massive supporter to the channel, and they help us out loads. There is a discount code on the screen and below as well for them. Have a great new year. I hope everything happens how you want it to go in 2023. 2022 has been very, very up and down. For me, I'm really, really hoping I can achieve these goals. And I know with you guys, I know I can. I'm determined to make this work. Let's do it, guys. Let's smash 2023. Catch you next one.